being done by gay men and lesbians.
Here comes the sun, little darling. Here comes
In a chapel in the gay heartland of Sydney, a cluster of friends and relations gathers to bury another victim of the HIV virus.
it's all right.
Gay men still make up the overwhelming majority of those who die of AIDS in Australia. Mourning former friends and lovers has become for many an almost weekly event.
Our son, Ken Lloyd.
The dead man was christened Ken, but his friends in the gay community knew him as Lottie. For his family, Ken's premature death is the latest in a line of tragedies. He was the oldest of 4 boys, but the youngest 2 were both transsexuals who started hormone treatment in their early teens. Both died young and female from drug-related accidents. Now Doreen Lloyd has only her second son Robert left, and he too is gay.
I watched them all come out, and I was the last one to come out. I was number 2 in a series of 4 brothers, and I watched them come out and questioned what was happening. And I think I decided to come out away from home rather than in front of my mother.
Do you sometimes wish that your sons hadn't been gay?
At least one, anyway. Would have been nice, yes.
The number of tragic deaths the Lloyd family has had to bear is exceptional. But it's not unusual for homosexuality to run in families. Indeed, for most of this century, the prevailing explanation for homosexuality has centered on the family. The relationship between son and father, father and daughter, mother and son.
Have a look at this one, Mum.
From the meager residue of Ken Lloyd's life, his family pick out the relics of their own past.
Oh, look.
I couldn't believe it. Yes, it's me when I was a little girl. Fancy blown it up. So me and my brother.
This is a really old one as well, look.
Sigmund Freud believed that the desire of men for men and women for women was a subconscious response to deep currents of love and hostility running through the reefs of the nuclear family. Always there, seldom acknowledged.
Have a look through some ones.
Was there a time when they came and talked to you about it?
No.
They never did?
No, they never did.
But did they know that you knew?
Possibly, but never, we never discussed it.
So you had all these 4 children, these 4 sons, either gay or transsexual, but you never sat down and really talked it through with them. What do you think about that, though, now? Well, how do you feel about it?
I think they were born this way. It wasn't anything to do with the way they were brought up, because they were happy, and it was a good family.
To Freud and his disciples, that would have been a classic denial of subconscious feelings. But in recent years, Freudian analysis has come to seem to many a clumsy and obsolete vehicle, especially compared with the slick modern certainties of molecular biology.
Every week, it seems now, we're told of a new gene that, at least in part, determines why we are the way we are. Perhaps the most controversial of these discoveries is one of the most recent, the so-called gay gene.
Dr. Dean Hamer of the National Cancer Institute in Washington, D.C., is a geneticist who happens to be gay himself. Last June, he had a paper published in the prestigious journal Science.